Wait, what? Oh, fuck. Hang on. I want to test the theory. I mean, oh man, this is so unfortunate, but it doesn't matter now. I'm just gonna do it. I don't feel like wasting time. I don't know what the problem is with this. It's like I have to like just turn the key and pray that it works. But yeah, we're playing some more disco. We'll definitely be done with day 2 by today. And we should be fine. I say that with false confidence. Right. So a shout out to definitely not a bot name, but if it isn't, no, I no disrespect. Otherwise, all the disrespect. Ah man. X_Alex. Wow. I have no idea what the fuck is up with my PC. I'm genuinely suspecting it's like some other issue. But yeah, we're gonna explore now.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Pull it open.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash.
Trash.
A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh man. Alright, so this should be something interesting. I think. Ooh. Merely looking at the unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. Yeah. Yeah, that works. To be fair, considering what I've seen, there's a fate worse than death for Henry Dubois, if you consider shaping.
A door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
I like the door with the key.
Exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Wait, what? Okay, it just loads immediately. So, the last time we totally got the map? How do I activate the map? Oh god, I don't know how to activate the map. I forgot. But let's just... N? There you go. Now we can see the entirety of the thing by stealing. So... Martinez Waterfront, Hanged Man. Interesting. Does this even show? Okay, it does show. We want to get to the cargo container door, because I heard there was something interesting about that. But yeah, interesting. So yeah, church. Honestly, yeah, for a pretty packed game, it's not really problematic in terms of like size, map-wise. What up? It smells like leather and sweat. Wouldn't you know? The poster says Cletus Fortis. The rest is worn off. Worn up bars, they look safe. Unsafe.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates.
The narrator's just the dungeon master
it's
now.
60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them, There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Is it familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that.
Aw.
It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory.
Okay, I'm gonna save. This sounds like a stupid idea.
Barbell waits patiently on the floor.
Oh, that worked.
Like a dog for its master.
That actually worked. Oh, fuck. Harry's got some fucking balls.
Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
Say nothing, revel in the feeling. Oh yeah, a muscle man. Oh, don't drop it like that. Jesus Christ.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to.
Haha, I wish that went about in real life.
Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
This could be a wild goose chase for all I know, but interesting tidbit I just noticed. Harry the Bois face literally follows where your mouse goes. That's nice. I wish I noticed that sooner. Okay, there's clearly something here. There has to be. I don't know, it's just interesting. That's it? Really? No, there's gotta be more to it than that. Looks like the remains of the 24th window repair shop. Wait, actually that's a very good question. What about, Slot cabinet. That the audio just clicks in and clicks out. For no reason. Now there's gotta be something more to it in here. Really? I mean, if it looks like a waste of time, let's just head out. If you can play the game with one hand, what's the point, you know? Gonna flick that wrist. But, I mean, doesn't sound like there's anything here. Let's just... Okay. I want to be there with Kim when I try it, so probably not that one for now. Because now that we actually have a map of the place. This is my maze waterfront. The corpse was there. We live in here. We head down here. Maybe? But it looks like we can't access that. Either way, we should move on. Let's talk with the lady again and just say there's nothing there.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus.
Yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
It's the charnel house of failed business enterprises, leeching life energy from this bookstore.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
You don't have anything of substance to tell her until you found that entity of hers.
I have a few more questions about the curse.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits.
What about the wards in the back door? Are they Simonees as well?
The Simonees are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply won't do here.
Never mind.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Alright, I think we should explore more matinees while Kim isn't around. For now. For now. Because by day 3 you need to get something. Where, I wish, okay, you're here, thank god it actually shows you where. We can only head down south. Interesting. Something here? That's yellow. Who the hell is this? Let's just talk with the people around town. What? Wait. What's that?
There. Working class drunk. You know what this means, right?
Case solved.
Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
Wait, what did I crack exactly?
What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is.
It's her husband, the missing husband.
Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit.
Okay.
Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing though? But he is missing. You heard her. The worry in her voice.
Give me champagne, I'm going
There's
in.
no need for champagne when there's honor, recruit.
Okay.
Go and tell the working class woman what you found right now.
Okay, Mr. Authority. Jesus Christ. You've done this right there. Just harassing this poor lady. Protect and serve. Protect and serve, madam. I found your husband.
God damn it, I already told you. My husband isn't missing.
But you didn't know, but you still didn't know where he was.
And I specifically added that I didn't need to know where he was.
Well, I found him nevertheless. I'm not good.
Very well then. Where is he?
There. Point to the working class. Trunk down near the sea.
Excuse me? I don't follow.
There's something else hiding in her voice though. A trace of worry.
I found a working class drunk and I thought he might be yours.
Because working class women come with alcoholic husbands. You know what?
Remember, about that what. Never ever say what.
Something bad, I guess. I'm sorry. I say stupid things sometimes. I didn't mean to annoy. I'm not saying what.
You were right. I do have an alcoholic husband. Although not that one.
So he's missing as well?
No, he's not. Or maybe he is, I don't know. He's probably in the park or in Shamrock somewhere, drinking with his friends.
We're gaslighting this poor lady.
I haven't seen him for...
There. She's worried now.
Don't worry, I'm going to find him and bring him back home, promise.
She sighs, but you can detect a slight hint of gratitude and relief from her face.
All right, go ahead. Do you have any questions?
What does your husband look like?
Honestly, not that different from you.
So let me guess, he's this girl.
Oh, thank God, no. It hasn't come down to this yet.
Why did you say your husband resembles me then?
Well, he's slightly chubby.
Wait, did she just imply that you're fat? You're not fat. The body type she's referring to is called a Franco-Nigerian hard body.
I'm not chubby and neither is your husband. What you meant to say is that we both share a Franconian hard body.
Both share what?
Franconian hard body. Softly round and stone shape. Ladies dig it.
I'm not sure about the rest, but softly round sounds about right. He's not in great shape. What else? He was wearing a dark brown leather jacket with a bright blue inner lining. The lining is hand-sewn. I made it myself. It's his cool jacket. God knows it's too cold to run around in this, but he refuses to change.
Who cares about the cold when you have your cool jacket to wear? You can completely sympathize.
I even tried throwing it away once, but he just dug it out of the bin. Can you believe it?
Well, if the jacket's that cool, really that cool, then I can totally understand.
Well, what can you do? I hope that at least that extra lining helps him keep warm at night. I wouldn't like him to catch cold.
She's thinking about him out in the cold, in some park, or on the coast. And it's making her more and more worried.
When did you last see him?
Yesterday morning, he went to the library. He went to retrieve my book, and he promised he'd walk straight back home. Because we talked about this. We talked about not wandering off again. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do with his addiction. Just makes me feel weak.
Gone for around 36 hours then. Damn, this is a missing persons case. She turns away from you in an attempt to recover.
I think I got it, thanks.
So you are going to look for him?
She genuinely
nah.
wants you to know. Don't make her ask.
Yes, I'll bring him back home to you.
Thank you. Please do. Even though I'm sure he will return home by himself. I'm still sure of that.
Let's talk about your husband again.
What?
Never mind.
She gives you
Goodbye. That was productive. Being a nice person. Relatively sane person. I don't think this is the guy. But let's just talk to him anyway. You don't know me. We should. What the hell are these two? You know, you can always talk to them in the morning. Let's just ignore that and go far, far away as possible. What, maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza. Damage that could be caused by an earthquake. There are two sides. Let's just head all the way down. Because Kim's car isn't here anymore, right? Plastic wrapped macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. What's over here? Screw between the eyes of a 3-page girl. L'origine du disco. I don't think that was English. Oh, so you're actually just cut off from everything. What the fuck is that noise? Alright. Where am I? Is it actually just cut off? Oh god, it's actually just cut off. Yeah, because oh well, guess we might as well talk to these people then. Because you're gonna pass through here in the morning. I'm pretty sure. And let's just talk to them then. I'm pretty sure by day 3 that's when stuff happens. Hello.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here.
What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
Yeah.
You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang!
Really? You think I'm cool?
Oh, yes! You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like. You like premium menswear.
Sure.
Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
Right.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
What kind of stuff are you selling here?
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom.
Where'd you get those comfy pants?
I'm an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board.
Do you have a permit to sell all that?
Good joke, officer. Here we don't have permits, just economic freedom. Take a look around.
You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and the dust-choked air.
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom.
Wait, is it true that you don't need a single permit to set up shop?
That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law officials are so cool.
Wait, but what am I doing here if there are no permits?
My man, officer, you make all this possible. Without you, this climate would be extremely bad for business. You're part of the Gossamer state.
Gossamer is a fine, filmy substance consisting of cobwebs spun by small spiders, seen especially in autumn. It's safe to say he's referring to the near absence of regulations.
Gossamer State, you're right. This is cool. I brought a thin, almost non-existent state apparatus.
Yeah, that's the main thing about you. Freedom is great. It's what lets independent entrepreneurs like me sell quality goods at competitive prices.
Is there a discount for cool officers like me?
No need for discounts at ceilings, officer. Everything's already on sale. Anything you want, 50% off.
But did he first mark them up 100%, just so that he could put them on sale?
Are those things really on sale, or did you just check out the price first?
My man, you know how the game is played. You and me, we should work together. What do you think? Shake things up?
That's all. Let me ask you something else.
Anything for you.
The food packages you're selling have humanitarian aid written all of them. How come?
You mean these delicious pre-packaged shelf-stable meal kits? Really easy to cook, no hassle, really cheap too. Buy some, try them out.
No hassle. There's a little of a hassle here, it appears. A moral hassle.
Doesn't that be the idea of humanitarian aid? It's supposed to be free. That's what makes it humanitarian.
It is practically free. Yours for 5 cents a piece. Rock that tuna. Why not some macaroni too?
I think one said not for real sale on the packaging.
No problem here, officer. I get all this from one of my suppliers, an extremely reputable guy.
Does your supplier drive the Humanox lorry over there?
What?
A convincing performance. Bravo.
Look, officer, I'm just a retailer. You'd have to talk to my supplier if you got questions about the supply chain. That's how the game works.
Where are you from, Sealang?
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola.
How the hell will you do this without, like, an intelligence build for your first time through? That would be an insane idea. So much info will not be given to you via encyclopedia. You're from the Apricot Suzerainty, right?
Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
That's right, officer. But it's a bad scene for business there. Too many regulations. Extremely bad for an independent local entrepreneur. Hey, why not support this local entrepreneur? You can start by buying a pair of sexy pants or cool sunglasses. Maybe some macaroni?
If Kim were here to see this, he'd be very upset, so I'm gonna do this right now, actually.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember.
Hey, you seem like a really successful entrepreneur. Would you like to support a member of the local police force?
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
Think of it as an investment.
An investment? What kind of investment?
It's an investment in me, a highly experimental human being. My risk-reward ratio is insane.
I guess it can't be any riskier than speculating in exotic derivatives. How much are we talking about here?
10 real.
10 real is a bargain for that kind of investment.
Holy
You
fuck.
got it, my man.
What? That was it? Damn, okay, hang on. So if I go to... Okay, this shouldn't be a huge spoiler, but I am curious. How much can you swindle off of this guy? This is literally a fucking... This is just a bribe. It's a bribe. Or extortion, depending how you see it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm getting it straight out. Okay, cool, thank you. I have 10 bucks now, thank you very much. Goodbye.
You see two lowly, like conquerors, surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers. Ultra serious.
Hmm.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Hmm. Hmm. I will continue the dialogue if my intent was to buy, but I feel like we should probably save it for now. Save the $10 to just swindle off of this guy. Let's see. 42. Who are they? The spirited trips and clicks swallows for the air. Hmm.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to angry Hard René first.
Good idea.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Alright, I got this ball time.
That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
I'll leave you to it. What if I... But hey, hang on.
Can you please?
René, you are the angriest man in...
Let's try it.
Can you please stop whining for 1 second and let me take the shot?
René, you are the angriest man in the world.
Grab the ball and shut him out. It's done! Ooh! I nutted.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time has frozen.
Feel the ball.
The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
Take in the surroundings.
A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
There's a time for a glance inward. Who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion. A
Yes.
fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Behold the fear and confusion reflecting in the eyes of the two feeble geezers. They are in awe of
Nice.
your superiority. You are a god to them. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go be the bullet. Yee. Shot put. Giga Chad.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit? It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters. Probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What the hell is your problem?
Not a weak right triceps, that's for sure.
I don't care if you are a cop. You someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
Wait, what?
You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull.
P-Tank?
Yes, pétanque. You ruined our pétanque game. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
Okay, I'll try to fix this.
Good. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us?
Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder. You never know. He might know something. This is a good vantage point. Just talk. It'll smooth things over. Old people like attention.
But maybe I was mean anything to you, Renee?
I prefer the old name, Insulindian Lily. Girls brought them to young cadets when they entered service. Wearing them on your cap was supposed to bring good luck.
Hold on, is this a royalist military tradition?
It used to be. But the communards were fond of them too. Call them revolutionary flowers. Bells of the revolution.
Did it bring you good luck?
You know what? No. They brought me misery, false hope, and disappointment. The revolutionaries sullied them.
You stirred up some bad memories there.
Clearly.
But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sullied the idea for you, was it? She gave them to me too, and your jealous little heart just couldn't accept it.
Enough! I can go over these matters in detail with you, Gaston, but not while we have company. So, officer.
Renee, I found your god proof.
Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you.
Ah, so they only shop during certain times of the day.
I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Hold on, why are you on a leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit
Okay,
in his
Mario.
medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
So what's working your shift that night?
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
Today yard's been unguarded for a week.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before, René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Renee's but one man. We need a program. Get all the elderly back into the job market. Keep folks motivated. I don't know. This one seems like it has good intentions. It's either 2 or 3, but 2 is too... Such dependency only weakens a man further. Do or die, there is no middle ground. I'll go with 3 just to see what they'll say.
Look, officer, can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
Right. I saw a picture in there. You were in it. You looked happy with the girl.
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and
Wow.
she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Got it, thanks.
Yes, yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the locals?
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with cops.
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
Yeah, I get it. I get that. Otherwise, it'd be a lawless jungle.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
What about policewomen?
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
There are no duties RCM women couldn't carry out.
But you must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain, more challenging tasks. Don't you, officer?
No, I don't think there's any evolutionary inequality at play here.
Really, officer. Match an average woman against an average man in a dark alley and
Oh.
see who comes out on top.
You know she could just kick you in the dick, right? And then it's over. Nothing beats broken eggshells.
Gender equality is a very noble, very modern idea. But in real life, primal roles prevail. But I do not wish to discuss this matter further.
Good, you seem to be playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Does it have anything to do with the bullet holes I've been seeing around?
Yes. It was left by heavy artillery fire.
Heavy artillery fire, you say? That's the best kind of artillery fire. Very interesting.
Physical instrument looks like he's about to bust information. Just look at his profile. Jesus Christ. Okay, it's a great left by artillery fire, but why?
Why what?
Why was heavy artillery used?
Because that's what happens when communists hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Wait, who are the communists again?
Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality.
Did you use artillery fire against them?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked.
God, this game's losing so much charm and personality. God damn.
Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs.
Jesus Christ.
We didn't so, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Why shall them here, Martinez?
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first.
The beachhead.
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling, a sign of mental deterioration in the preceding generations.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
Not thoughtfully turn to look to northeast.
This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we plagued Pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Hold on, the coalition.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil.
Say why everything's so bombed out.
Damn right, son. They lit the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
No. Yes, but no. Oh god, this is a pseudo-political game. Oh no. I'm just gonna say the thing, even though it's not truly my opinion. I guess. Foreign powers cleaned up our mess and now they rule us.
I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case.
This royal failure weighs heavily on him.
I understand.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
Who was this Frizzle?
Damn Frisel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution.
He slouches as he says that. It makes him smaller, admitting they left the king to the mob.
You mentioned Gulame.
A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frisel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him, and he doesn't want to admit it.
Oh, Guillaume, right, because in the French terms, the last letter in every single word is silent. How does Felipe III factor into this?
He doesn't. That was 100 years ago. Ain't got nothing to do with anything.
What exactly is a suzerain?
Suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? They forgotten already.
Soon, they will forget everything. Him too. Then he chooses anger over melancholy.
I understand.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened.
True.
When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
I saw a statue of Felipe III near the runabout.
Ah, yes. King Philip III on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
Okay, this part's actually pretty interesting. How should a true king rule?
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
Seems to me a leader should take care of his people before himself.
A nation is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again.
Oh.
What happened, happened.
Oh no.
The Carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve.
I have a few theories. Let's talk about something else.
Right.
Thank you for your time.
It's clear you like the hard stuff, Brota.
What is my lower intestine going on about?
Lower intestine. The term is metabolic and circulatory system.
Right, okay, but what's the hard stuff?
Fascism, Brota.
Okay, but okay, still not made up my mind about
You're going to keep your views, right? Keep your views, Brota.
Absolutely not going to be played by an upset stomach.
There's a slow, painful growl somewhere in your intestines, knocking on your alcohol-engorged liver.
Just take coffee
It is
instead.
one of betrayal.
Just
and
take coffee. You
disappointment.
don't need alcohol. Come on, just take coffee instead. Anyway, let's try that fucking thing and just resave all the time. I mean, reload.
We're still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
Right. What is it about this old soldier that makes him so proud?
As Rene turns
Oh
from
my
you to
God.
his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly.
Holy fuck! How many medals are there?
2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun.
Look at the cross.
A crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in Suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty, in service of King Frizzle I.
Look at the sun.
A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frizzle I during the Revolution.
Croix de Bravoure and the setting sun. Did you get them for?
For bravery.
Hmm.
It's a conflicted topic for the old veteran. There
What
must
the
have been
fuck?
a number of controversial episodes in his service days.
For bravery.
For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye. When men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot themselves.
Wow.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
Save the princeling.
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Couronne and were getting really ambitious. King Frizzle thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of
Okay.
purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
Asininity is a word. Okay. Okay, Merriam-Webster. So what happened?
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisson marched us against the partisans in Couronne. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
It's been a bloodbath.
I got shot in the left
Half.
shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw. Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
Okay, then what did you do?
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head.
Oh.
Then everything went black.
Capitaine Arnaud, le fléau des chevaux.
The bane of horses.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The Dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
Let's start. Am I theory between 1 and 3? No, I'm not going to slap 2. This would never happen to my Johnny Law jaw. My jaw is tight. Let's just go with 1.
So I grabbed the Dink and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the joyless freak convinced Fricel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood. Piece and shit. He
Damn.
was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breasts, and untarnished self-worth.
So say you're being modest, Renee.
The old carabinier stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and Drizant.
Oh,
2
damn.
days later that was.
That was very, very fucking modest.
And that even while crawling with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way.
Sheesh.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there.
Hold on. You're a little bit proud of Renee's heroics, aren't you?
Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong. I'm a man of peace, and these kinds of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like René himself. Certainly not to me. How did you find the story to be, officer?
Damn. This guy looks like an alternate universe version of Mario. And Luigi's just like... He had too many pencils shoved up his ass. To put it unlightly. Oh boy. Quite impressive. It's been like Renee who made Rivershell great ones.
Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer. They don't end this out for anyone with a service record.
Oh no.
Oh no, you have to get shot repeatedly. And you need to get your hands bloody too. Really, really bloody.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon. Duty is something you will never understand.
Please for a story, Renee.
Bah! There were many such stories in those days. Many such men too. True Eversholians. Men with backbone.
Oh yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please bring those days back, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer, was there anything else?
Just Bert and Ernie if they were like 80 years old and in a fucking nursing home.
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your
Oh my
own.
god.
Impress this old soldier.
Oh my god, okay. Oh fuck. This is not gonna work. How much is the drama? We're not gonna save. Just try it.
I like playing in the dark. Sharpens your knock.
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be anything.
Oh, this is gonna take a while. I just want to hear the story. I want to hear what bullshit response he has to say. I'm actually like in too deep. I'm too curious now. Fuck. Oh, we should have let empathy though. That's crazy. Drama is like fuck. I think play the actor, lie and lie. Okay, I feel.
I like playing in the dark.
Hang on. We'll save this as a different save. New save. What's like the latest, like the oldest save? Yeah, that one. Day 1. Yeah, let's just replace it. Why the fuck not? Reload save. There you go. Okay, now we actually have like a backup in case things go
I
awry.
like playing in the dark.
Unfortunately,
How much do I
there doesn't
need?
seem to be anything worth mentioning among your achievements.
Modifiers
You should resort to
-2.
good old lying.
Oh Jesus, is this even possible? Let's say we did get a 6 and a 6. 12. This is actually fucking impossible. Holy fucking shit. Hang on. because we threw the stupid ball and it made it worse. So not every single option is gonna be a good thing. Okay.
I like playing in the dark. Sharpens your nocturne.
Unfortunately, there doesn't
We have to roll
seem...
another 6 and a 6 for like it's basically this game's version of a nat 20. Yay!
I like playing in the dark.
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be...
I want to get that check so bad. I just want to hear his reactions on things. I want to. This is personally like interesting for me. I want to hear this.
I like playing in
It says 70%. It's low. Doesn't mean it's impossible.
Unfortunately, there does...
I'm not even going to do music for this one. I'm going to do this justice. I'm going to do just justice. Let's go.
I like playing in the dark.
Unfortunately,
What else is getting a 6 and a 6? I mean, the dice are randomly generated, so it's gotta be sometime soon. Jesus Christ,
I
come
like
on.
playing in the dark.
unfortunately,
It's gonna take a while. How the fuck did we get that lucky with the other 6 and a 6 earlier? That's insane.
I like playing in the dark. Sharpens your nocturnal in.
unfortunately, there doesn't seem to...
I'm gonna be here a while. I've come to the horrible realization. My food's in an hour.
I like playing in the dark.
Unfortunately,
Oh god. My superpower is reloading the save from 5 seconds ago. But only 5 seconds.
I like playing in the dark.
unfortunately,
Oh my fucking god. Right.
I like playing in the dark.
go low,
Yes!
go deep, go unconventional.
My story doesn't have gunfire, blood, or spilled guts. But let me give you a different take on heroism. Hang on. Oh. You add the dice, then the modifiers to drum. Okay, then that makes sense. Alright, sorry, I was confused as to why that. I thought it would be just a 6 and 6. Okay.
Sure, officer. Let's hear your take.
Imagine just flickering into existence from nothing else.
I'm not following you.
He'll get it. Don't worry. Just continue. He's gonna be impressed.
Imagine knowing nothing but the sweet oblivion, only to wake into unbelievable pain. Imagine a pain that makes giving birth seem like a mosquito bite, but inside your head.
The man stares at you, silently frowning. Doesn't look like he's imagining it.
Right when you're willing to do just about anything to make it stop, you open your
The
eyelids.
carabiner crosses his arms and spits in the crater.
And you realize your mind, everything that was you is gone. And you realize the man body viewed as hostile, all memories erased. And you realize you push yourself too far, past the point of no return.
You're talking about getting blackout shit-faced drunk and going into delirium, right?
I'm talking about so much more than that.
How so, then?
His tone is like that of a drill sergeant addressing new recruits.
It was a transcendent event I saw behind the veil.
And I thought getting my knee shattered and surviving on rat carcasses in the trench was bad. Here, have one of my medals. You've earned it, officer.
Huh. That managed to convince him. I don't think that was worth it, but hey, it's 5 XP. Thank you, Renee, I'm honored.
The veteran of numerous armed conflicts extends his right arm with the setting sun in his clenched fist and an expression of utter disbelief in his eyes. Flashes of bloody and terrible scenes of war, men dying, horses shrieking, blood sinking into sand and snow and asphalt and fertile black earth. All of this accompanied by a musical composition telling of heroism of old, when men were bigger in both body and heart. You feel strange kinship to this old soldier. You and him are the same now.
Was there something else you wanted to take from us?
Nope. Aside from your common sense, nope. Oh, there's a hat. Orange bum hat. +1 reaction speed, -1 rhetoric. Okay, so that's like trade-offs. +1 rhetoric. Okay, I don't know about the tie. Inland Empire. Let's see how that goes. Some people respond. Suggestion, half-light. Electrochemistry. Interfacing. That's it. Okay. But that was fun. I feel like putting points into drama helps, but not by a lot. It helps, I'd say. What the fuck is up with my vision? Hang on, there's definitely more up here. What the hell is this? Dude, double click. Right, it's here at the pier. Okay, I remember now. Talk to the lady again. If nothing works out there, you can just go home. What? What do you mean? She's not there?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
This is the police. Open the door.
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door? There must be another entrance to the east.
Interesting. Is Joyce not here? Am I misremembering things? It should be here. Am I seriously misremembering? No, I'm not. She's just not here. Yeah, she's just not here. See you there. Village on the coast. See you there. Okay, so that's where she'll be. Okay, so things actually do progress. I think we should just call it a day. I miss Kim. I'm sad. I miss Kim.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Okay, let's just not like brute force every single thing we see. Who's this?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
You hiding something? Speak up. This is the police.
There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk
Is
to
it
you.
really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
You're not actually called Martin Martinez,
No,
are you?
of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
Ask him again.
Look, I really need your name.
And I really need to finish this cigarette.
But he hasn't left yet.
Look, looks like you've got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me about the hanging?
I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinez standards.
What did you do last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
Did I?
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
Was it someone from the police?
I couldn't tell you. We don't usually see much of the gendarmerie around here.
When was that?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He's an actor declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word? He's deflecting. He's young with a sharp memory. He hasn't had time to drown it in booze and chemicals.
You still haven't answered my question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend. How intriguing. Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby and drinking beer.
Okay, I thought this was just a boomer dad. Okay, cool. What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull and darkening sky, the neighboring windows stand silent.
Alright, we'll talk
No.
later.
We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains?
Hey, listen, I am just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet again somewhere else?
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes, compassion, and a hint of understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on, what's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
How flamboyant. See you later, bro. It's there. Okay, so that's what I want me to see. Okay, cool. Alright, thank God we did this alone. Behind Kim's back. Wait, what? Is it here? I felt like that was a clue. Yeah, I know it's boring. Just give me a second. Alright, then by 10 got a dip. I think that's the smart choice. Hello.
Try to sneak up on me again!
Oh my god, you annoying little child. What's with that music just cutting out? I know it's in one of the buildings. Yeah, the kid will be gone by this hour. I just want to see what's up over here, then I can just like dip it. Like the sauce. Are there still protesters here? Oh, this guy.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
Actually, do you know anything about the Hardy Boys?
Los Hardys? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility.
Now this guy looks like an actual Mario. Like a freaking... If Mario were a real person, this would be
They're
him.
sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you.
Is he actually comparing you, an officer of the law, to some neighborhood vigilantes? Come on, he's just trying to keep the peace. The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
Why are you striking?
We're negotiating our share.
Your share.
Hey,
I'll let you share what you like.
all of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
Like a union.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad.
Oh,
But
brother.
don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
The boss man Everard, what can you tell me about him?
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
What does bossing the union entail anyway?
I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
You be corruption.
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
You're right, he's very aesthetic.
Okay, he's reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
Not you would like to say. But then there's that weasel door. This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Are you a communist?
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
Cool, I don't have anything else to add to that.
None of the above kind of man. No harm in being that.
You seem to have spent a lot of time thinking about the political situation.
Sure. I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool. That of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends.
Maybe I am a Boyadero.
No.
Unless...
No. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide. Yet it feels as if he could, effortlessly, go even wider, if need be. An endless torrent of time.
Who do you think killed the hangman?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
Everest has tired and his boys killed him.
That's so. I haven't heard anything about that. But if that's true, well, he was an enemy combatant.
Hold on, what does that
He
mean?
was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Were you involved in this death?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He believes the Hardy Boys could have done it.
Thank you, this has been kind of limited
No
use.
problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
Alright, let's just save here. Talk to... I know Measurehead has nothing good to say, but I just want to talk to him one last time before we, like, ignore his existence for the rest of the game.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Why are you not with the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
There's more to it. What do you got against them?
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
What do you mean?
Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blob.
Okay, fuck off. Goodbye. So much for that shit. Let's talk to Kuno one last time and we dip. What's a scab mean? Jesus Christ, kid. Is he still there at like 10? I'm not a narc or anything, but I don't really uphold curfews anyway. Those things are non-existent. It's just there to help kids get like a healthy sleeping schedule, and that's it. Hey Kuno, are you depressed that you can't shut off things anymore?
Look, see? It's the fucking war pig! Try not to knock yourself out.
I'll come to ask questions instead of kiss to solve.
You belittled yourself before the Kuno. Now you must seek his forgiveness.
Look, I want to make this right with Kuno, make amends.
Fucking what pig?
Amends, Kuno. I was wrong to try to hit you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. How are we gonna make it up to Kuno, pig shit?
A material offering is implied. He wants stuff. Only stuff can make it okay again.
And if anything, what can I offer you, Kuno?
You can pay tribute to Kuno with drugs or cigarettes. Gets Kuno to like you again. Some giant ass wheels would be nice too.
Whatever then. That's it?
Have you come to make your offer?
Okay. Guy's a massive wanker. I'm just gonna... Dang. It's lonely there now. And again, have I done this before?
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Push off the movement.
No.
What the fuck? That's bullshit. Come on. Really? That's such a low fucking roll. What am I playing? Slots? Jesus Christ. That's awful. Come on, one more time. No fucking way. 2 in a row.
The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber.
Sorry.
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. Why that pang of guilt again? The hole in this fence doesn't look that huge.
Okay, this hole is not that impressive.
He was exaggerating. People blame cops for everything that goes wrong in the world. This has nothing to do with you.
Okay, what happened next?
The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
This is significant somehow.
Maybe. Probably. An ominous warning of bad things ahead.
Yeah, got it. Alright, let's head inside. Oh, it's an autosave. I wonder why. I mean, from the tire marks, it seemed pretty obvious too. Let's see what their thoughts are. Who's this? It's about money, you know. Okay. I think I hit the hay for now. Get to day 3 finally.
The Coppernado is back. What do you want?
I want to go over a few things regarding Ruby's disappearance again.
Yeah.
Never mind. Hello. Nice lady.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
So your husband is some kind of
Oh,
scientist.
yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is cryptozoology?
It's really just a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
I have to do this now because there's a very slim
hello,
chance
dear.
that it could work.
There you are again.
Could not work. Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Hey Lena, I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you've studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
What's the tiniest cryptid?
Cryobacter catlensis.
What?
Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Kutla on the Boreal Plateau. by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijanou some 70 years ago.
What's so special about it?
Bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate. Certainly from before recorded history, Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study, no doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life.
Wait, she injected herself with it?
Yes, the bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It is not hard to see where she could have gotten the idea.
Immortal bacteria, immortal geologist. That's too wild.
Wild, yes. Impossible? No. Although, everything has a price, sweetie. After Mijanou treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging,
What
but
the
also
fuck?
became increasingly eccentric and irascible, so that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away.
I don't know, that sounds like a pretty good fucking deal. Depending on your worldview. Jesus Christ. And universities don't want to find funding for that? Are you fucking crazy? Yeah, rest was a reward. Okay.
We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for the Cryobacter catlensis coursing through her bloodstream.
What's the biggest cryptid?
That would be the giant of Kokonur. The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Kokonur desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes.
Wait, what do you mean strange light?
Mirage or psychogenous luminance.
And how big is it?
No one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision.
A third, okay. Is it dangerous?
The towering luminosity of Kokonur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others, fate unimaginable. That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Kokonur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Kokonur desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes.
Great. This is great shit. You need more. Gravity anomaly. Digging it. Digging this parascientific stuff right here.
The most dangerous
The
cryptid.
gnome of Jeroma.
The gnome of Jeroma. That sounds terrifying.
Oh, yes. None of its victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue.
What does this cryptid look like?
It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and a gangly little thing. Quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in tarpaulin to suffocate it. It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
Are there any photos of it?
Alas, no. And the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science.
Alas. Always alas, and then it was gone. Isn't that overly convenient?
It seems very convenient that it just disappeared and nothing like it was ever seen again.
I understand your skepticism, but that's what happens with things that are rare and stand out. Their disappearance is most memorable, and they are least likely to be found again.
Are there any invisible
What
cryptids?
an interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
What's
The
that?
Col de Mama d'Aqua, or Thin Whisper of Sound. And that's precisely what it seems to be. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. It's very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
Col de Mama d'Aqua can also be translated as a whisper light and low.
Could it be here right now?
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
What evidence is there of this animal being a sound?
Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 20s, a group of Areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds. The
Songbirds.
scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls.
She transforms, when speaking about these strange animals, into a confident woman.
Ayo?
They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Coldemamadaqua, after the Paracanassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Go on.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them.
Name them.
Sequester, Time, Joscan. Those are but some of the Mamadaqua they followed individually.
Why is the Mama Dasqua so afraid of us?
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction.
Extinction.
They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mamadaqwas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
This lady really should be a teacher. She's really good at the explaining things thing. Psst. They cancel each other out.
We cancel each other out.
Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population.
Great regret washes over her. A Wending cloth.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Coldemamadaqua population anywhere.
Whisper line low.
Yes, that's another translation. They're both quite lovely, aren't they? Although the low part is a little ironic. The Coldemamadaqua makes, or rather is, such a high-pitched sound that other animals, including humans, can't hear it. It could be everywhere all of the time, and we wouldn't know.
But how can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory.
Interesting. What about...
What about what?
This has been educational, so I need to discuss something else.
Of course, dear.
Tell me about your morale, looks, character,
Oh,
relationship.
dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find her husband, you'll need more concrete information. It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Let's try again. Why don't you try describing him as though you would one of your cryptids?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even. One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
How did the two of you meet?
Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I think I have all the information I need. Let's move
I
on.
hope I've been useful.
Tell me about this rare insect your husband is looking for.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
No, I want to hear about the insect.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
Ah yes, Phasmatodia. A diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially. Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence, it's named the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering it with us, officer.
There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciates the creature's name.
What makes you think the phasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have?
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
You seem really excited about the scripted.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
So is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Does it have cool powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Centuries even.
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Okay, what's so special about this stick bug then?
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
I'd really like to hear more about these cryptids.
Of course, dear.
Never mind.
Of course.
That's all for now, madam. Thank you very much. Okay, that's interesting. Why else would they have this lady here the first day?
Can
Force
I
kidding?
help you? Got the 20 real? Then
Anyway.
why are you wasting?
Can we stay in, you know, whose room? No? Okay. Okay, what if I don't want to pay the 20 real? That's why I was like a little bit worried. Excuse me. Alright, fuck it. We're gonna sleep in a dumpster. That's like, I'm just gonna be like, fuck it, we're sleeping in a dumpster. Who cares? We're sleeping in a dumpster. Why the fuck would I give this guy another 20 more bucks? Fuck this guy. Yeah.
What's that? Could it be the Calder Mama Dakwa? No, it's probably just your imagination ringing in your ear.
Is that ringing?
There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right? It's like something tickles your ear. Lena also said that it couldn't be heard by any other animal, including humans. What you're hearing must just be a regular bird. Honestly, your ear isn't hearing a whole lot. The distant hum of the industrial harbor, the traffic. But, admittedly, there is a high-pitched noise somewhere there too. But then, isn't there always? There it is again. You're about to rediscover a long-lost species. It must be very close. Maybe, just maybe, it will come toward you.
Ah, fucking hell.
Keep
Alright.
still. It might perch on your shoulder. What are you doing? You're a police officer, not a pansy ornithologist.
We have to
the
pay.
only birds you should be
Damn,
looking for
okay.
are healthy women of childbearing age.
Hold very still, hold the bird comes, pushing your shoulder.
Oh no. The sound. It's moving away. Somewhere over there. Go after it.
Okay.
No. Too late. It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Just the sound of the streets.
No, come back,
Keep
please.
your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you're sure to hear it again.
Alright, fuck it. We just have to sell everything in our fucking inventory. Please tell me it's still open. Or else I just fucking soft-locked myself. I just realized this at the worst possible time. Should ask for more money from Mommy Joyce, but here we are. Hello, I'd like to sell shit, please.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
That's it? Oh my fucking... That's it. So my clothes.
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
I only have 10 fucking bucks. How the fuck am I supposed to do this? Oh fuck, everyone gets soft-locked here. Oh god. God damn it. Okay, I actually have to look up a fucking guide, thank god. Get money. This is an actual fucking soft lock. Okay.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
$0. Are you fucking kidding?
Another time, perhaps.
Oh my, he's gone. Okay, is there like a guide somewhere? There has to be a guide. You tell me if I'm being safe by fucking... What the fuck? What? This fucking guy sucks! Okay. Oh, this is a stupid idea. This is a really stupid idea. Does this even fucking work? What if I just negotiate for gun? Let's just badger it for a free room right now. This has to be done, or we just lose the game.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real?
Come on, man, it's late. Do I have to pay you again?
Breath catches in his chest. The light in his eyes snuffs out all at once. After a moment, he speaks.
Do you have money tonight?
No.
Too bad.
Here comes a layup, sire. Fall not for it.
But you know what? You're in luck, because you don't have to ever pay me again.
You're fucking with me, aren't you?
Not at all, officer. It's true. You don't have to pay me anything. You don't have to give me any money at all. If you want a room, yes, you'll need to pay me, but you don't have to just give me money. Giving me money for a room is your choice.
But I still don't understand. Do I get a free room or not?
No, you can choose to give me 20 real for a room, or you can choose not to. I don't care what you decide.
Find me a fucking
You
room.
want a free place to sleep? Fine. You've already unlocked your new room. The trash container outside is ready and waiting.
A new dimension of reality will open.
Ah, fuck. Okay, it needs, we have to do it.
Sleep there and awaken elsewhere. It is not clear. All that is known is sleep in the trash, and there is no coming back.
I'll see what I can do.
If you can pay another 20 real, I'll give you the room again. If not, the garbage is yours. Free of charge. Now, is there any...
Oh my fucking, that was a waste of fucking time. Alright, where's the yellow bag? What the fuck? Oh, is this actually... I did not know this. This is like the actual... Shit. Let's see. Okay. That's my only way out. Just collecting trash. Assuming the place is still fucking open, if not I have to reload a fucking save. Lying on the ground. Fucking hell. Alright, I have to pick up trash for the next 4 hours. But first, if this doesn't work, then we have to like backtrack on another save. That's fucking stupid. Okay, this works. Hello. The yellow roses in the window, those are the flowers that were left for Cassie.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What magazine are you reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
I approve of this, very
She
futuristic.
pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods. Her shoulders tense. She shuffles back, only slightly. Bewilderment and repulsion root her in place.
Before we go, what is this
I
reading?
don't know. Frit?
What is Frit?
A 7 to 11 grocery store.
Why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in
Okay.
Fredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
Mr. Rossi, I have some questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
I need to change this number to check for cash.
Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir.
Ooh! Let's go!
Anything else I can do for you?
No, you don't work for the union. The union works for you by supplying you with cash.
Well, that solves things.
Blow the whole thing on speed and gin.
Yeah.
Right now. Speed
and gin. Let's go, baby.
Ask some local dealers, maybe.
Does Freddy have a warehouse at the back of the Whirling in
A
Rags?
warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
This is important.
She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
Did you know the man who died?
Not really.
Not really. Does that mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
How long has he been there?
I don't know, really long.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
Thank you for your help. Very cool. Alright. So we have enough money. That's good. Thank fuck for the union. Let's move on. Oh god, if I didn't notice that shit on the wiki, I would have been fucking soft-locked. Where... There should be something here. Like a plastic bag. Around here. There. We're gonna be collecting trash from now on. Instead of the stupid boot box on my head. Take it. I guess we're collecting trash for the entire morning. What are you talking about? What are you... Alright, excuse me. How do I collect trash? Hang on. How self bottles, there you go. Tab key. Just hold the tab key. Oh my fucking god. I realized that was the fucking button for it. It was tab. The whole fucking time it was tab. Jesus Christ. I forgot. We're just being Hobocop for no reason. I'm just doing this now just so I can save myself the trouble later.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Look inside.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses.
Green.
Spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards. That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the Star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo. The central symbol of the Pericarnassian church, a star, a great moral height, to be strived toward. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. Around the large wooden building, you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach.
Poor little viewer.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Vandalism.
The mute machine is unable to confirm or deny your theory.
Good. What's this?
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
It's to the coin,
Your
why
money
not?
disappears into the coin slot. A clunk, the ring of metal.
Pull the handle, look inside.
The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry, different blues and greens. In the middle of the shimmer stands a drab grey shape, like a ghost. The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible, a half-sunken sea fort, its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it, its leaves ripped from it by the winter wind.
Hang there, little one.
The little brave birch tree seems to wave back in the wind.
Alright, let's come through the area, and that's it. We have no reason to do this, aside from being... This is just community service, what we've done. Basically, we have enough cash. I just want to, like, comb through the area for trash, so I don't do it next stream. I knew it was tab, but I just didn't place it. This is a bench.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache.
Okay, let's not do that. This is the only money maker in the game that is reliable. Just recycling. Fucking recycling.
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Food mail delivery box. Pat the box. Why would you do that with that yellow plastic bag? God damn it,
The
Harry.
box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and
What?
Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Been there, post the levature. Mail collection box been there.
The mail collection box seems cathartic. Thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow.
Let's drop this.
But the documents inside the envelope still lack the required signatures. It's not going to be that easy. Everard wants you to dirty your hands getting these signatures, and he will quickly find out if you just mail.
Right. Okay, I think we're good. Yep, we're good. Let's just... Wait. Trash, man. Alright, let's not... Nah, okay. Now we actually have the money. To be fair... Yeah, this would have been really tedious, but we're fine. Hello.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real?
Yeah, 20 real for the night.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Yeah, no I don't. I have a dumpster by day 3. Easy. Why can't we sleep in Claus J's room? You know, because she's vacant now. Permanently. Wait, what the fuck?
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. You see some lights shimmering outside, but it's difficult to make out the outlines of the buildings below. Dark phantoms with many tiny eyes, chaotically arranged and not looking at you. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break my own hands?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this
More
then?
likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The shoe you found on the balcony fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe.
Maybe it wasn't me. Maybe. What a stupid thing to do. Maybe it wasn't me.
You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it? This person also forced the drinks on you.
I'm sure I had a good reason for it. Maybe I was trying to hit someone.
And maybe, just maybe, you succeeded. We'll never know. Or maybe you were trying to smash your own reflection in the window pane.
True, true, true. Wait, that's the bed. That's the bed. What's this? Words fail to describe how some grandkid smells in here. They should have said a poet. Alright. Day 3 it is. I wanna, like, double check on something. Yeah, I'll be right back.